Harries then. Cian, welcome to Cheltenham. You've been here, a week now. How have you found it so far?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. Obviously, being a part of the first team here and at Coventry, you see the different way the managers, obviously the gaffer at Coventry and the gaffer here, the different styles and the different styles of play, and sort of, especially the different factors that we have to deal with here, with the pitches not being so clean and as good as they would be at League One level. That's a factor you have to deal with. So game management is a big factor, how it changes from League One to the Conference.
Has it been difficult to adapt to the culture shock?
Not really, because the coaching style here under the gaffer Gary Johnson and the old gaffer at Coventry, Stephen Presley, are very similar. I know they're friends, and the coaching style is very similar. The style of play is very similar. So I sort of had a feel of what it was going to be like before I come, and then it was just adapting to the way that the team plays, or differently with the players that we have.
And obviously, you're likely to get your chance this weekend against Oxford City. Presumably, you just can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait, obviously, to make my first full senior debut. Is what I've been looking forward to since I was a boy, really. To not have done that at Coventry's, I'd obviously like to have done that as soon as I possibly could have. Haven't done it yet, but making it here is just as much of an achievement to me as it would be at Coventry.
What do you know about Oxford City?
That it's not Oxford Town. I don't know too much. We haven't done the analysis on them yet, so I think we do usually do that on a Friday before training. So I think I'll know more about them after that.
And presumably, having been here a week, you've got an understanding of Cheltenham's defensive system and the way the gaffer's going to want you to play.
Yeah, I understand that obviously Downsy's out injured for a little bit now. We've got Pars and a young lad Niall, who can also play centre half. But I think the main thing is in this league is that even though I'm a ball playing centre half, I still have to deal with the ball in the air, the physical aspects of the game. So if I can win my headers, compete, and do all the physical stuff, I think that the way that I play on the ball can sort of shine through as long as the other stuff is right.
Yeah, I suppose that's this is where this is a really good finishing school for you, isn't it? In terms of that toughening up process.
Yeah, which is what I think the gaffer at Coventry wanted me to do, as well as come and help Cheltenham hopefully go up automatically or through the playoffs or for however long I'm here. If it's a month or I think it's extended. What for me, as long as the club is doing well, but I need to gather my experience, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to sign it permanently. This is aiding me to go back to Coventry and get into their first team. And when I do get my chance in Coventry's first team, that I have sort of got all the bows to my arrow, so I can succeed there too.
Yeah, obviously, I mean, it's for all parties' benefit, really, isn't it? One of my learned colleagues said Aaron Downs has got a magnetic head. The ball just always seems to be on the end of his head. Have you got that sort of happy knack as well?
I'd like to think that I would develop it, and coming here would help me develop it. But I think a lot of that comes with experience. Obviously, Downsy's been around the block a few times. So I think, even though it does always end up on the head, I think he knows where to be at the right time through experience, through being in them situations many a time. In the last 10 minutes of games when you're 1-0 up away from home, he is the rock. From what I can see and from what I've heard, the boys are obviously disappointed because of how much of a good leader he is. So hopefully I can develop that through time.
And could his injury and his absence actually mean possibly a better opportunity for you here?
Obviously, I'm very gutted for Downsy. I have been watching him play Saturday, and it's been here for a week now. Even already, you become friends with the people. But yeah, I suppose one man's lost, another man's gained. So hopefully, if the gaffer does choose me to step into his shoes, then I'll do my best that I can to replace him.
Good man, thank you. Good luck.
What did Tony Mowbray say to you when the deal was just about to go through?
Good luck. Benefit from the experience that you're going to gain. You'll have a different manager, a different coaching style, different teammates. But always remember that you're a Coventry City player. So even if I was to come here and I was to love the manager and love the players and love the training ground, love the kit man, you're eventually going to come back to Coventry. Yeah. So don't become too attached with it.
Yeah. Obviously, Tony is a ball playing centre half in his day, so that there can't be many people that are better to learn from.
No, his experiences that he passes on to us as the young boys. We've got, I think there were 7 of us that signed professional terms last year, all at 17, 18. So I think for me, I can't see someone else better to aid our development than the gaffer.
Yeah, you mentioned that almost like a finishing school here. In under 21 football, you don't get the bad pitches and the big gnarly centre forwards and the ball in the air so much. Do you feel that that's absolutely vital that you get that before you go back to Coventry?
I think it's key. I think that's the main part of the game that I need to work on is the ball in the air. And you're right, you don't get challenged as much in the under 21s. The ball is, as the gaffer says here, it's a bit tippy tappy. We have the ball, you have the ball. The pitches are played. We played many at the Rico this season with the under 21s. And for me, I'm an ambitious person. For me, I want to get to the top.
Yeah.
As any young player does, I think. For me to get to the top, I think I have to learn how to deal with the ball in the air, which I might not have had to deal with through the academy level and the under 21s level. So for me to develop that skill will enable me to have, again, all the strings to my arrow to get to the top, which is where I want to be.
Yeah. As an 18-year-old, it's probably like the first day of school coming in here, but I think that this Cheltenham squad has sort of prided itself on being welcoming and being sort of a good group. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, well, I come in, I was a bit nervous, but I spoke to the gaffer, he was sort of saying that the boys will welcome you and they're a good group of lads. There's no sort of bad eggs in there. I wouldn't say I was nervous. I don't really get nervous as a person. But I was just a bit apprehensive to see what they were like, if they'd take to me or they think who's this young kid coming in. But they've been excellent with me. I'm in the car school with Ace and Stas and Reese, the goalkeeper from the sort of Midlands area, coming to Cheltenham in the morning.
Do you get a word in ahead of Stas?
Pardon?
Do you get a word in ahead of Stas?
The guy doesn't stop talking.
And have you laughed at Penny's jokes yet?
Pelly is a character. Pelly's a character. You could tell that as soon as I come in. I walked in the canteen for breakfast, just eating my toast. It was about 9:15. I was still a bit tired from the car journey. Pelly comes in shouting. I was thinking, who is this guy? This is like an alarm.
Yeah. So it's almost sink or swim with him. You've got to give it back, otherwise.
To be fair, he does take it as much as he gives it out as well, which I think comes with the nature of it.
Excellent. Cheers, Cian. Thank you.